I want to be a farmer. I want land. Good day all. Welcome to Orbit Farm. And I just wanted to give you an update about those people saying that they want to be farmers, they need land. Land is the most important thing for you when you want to grow things. But people are asking, how do I get it? How do I become a farmer? How do I go around getting land? 95% of all black people actually do have land. Yes, we do have land. Your parents do have land. But we are all looking forward to trying to get the land that is being given out by the government. This is the whereby we are all applying. There are over 350,000 people on the waiting list. Yes, I'm telling you, as per the last time I saw the consensus which is there, you've got about 350,000 people on the waiting list for wanting land. Out of those 350,000 people who are looking for land, we also have another 10,000 people in the diaspora who are also looking for land. That means that we are almost close to about 360,000 people in Zimbabwe who are looking for land, plus those who have not registered, who are actually looking for the land, who are not registered. So how do we get this land that we are all wanting and we are all dreaming that we all want? I say to you, the first place that we should all look at is our rural areas, because rural Zimbabwe is where actually the land is. Your parents were actually farming that land, and when we moved all to the Harare, into the city centers, that land stopped being utilized. How I do know that is because I also do have land in the rural area, but that land is not being utilized because, to me, where I am located now and where that land is, it's very far away. So there is no time for me to be able to be doing that crossover back and forth to my communal lands. But there are some of you who actually have communal lands which are just slightly on the outskirts of town. Those are the ones that I'm saying to you, you guys are the ones who are gifted with already land, and you are the ones who are actually supposed to go and use that land. And what do I say by use that land? It means that you guys are the ones who are supposed to go and utilize that land into horticultural products, into animal husbandry, into all sorts of other things whereby everyone is crying for the land. That is the first group of people I want to talk to. You are the ones who actually do have land, and you should actually not be putting yourselves on that list of people who are saying that they want land. You should actually be saying to yourself, to your father, your mother, mom or dad, where is our communal land? Can I go and do something there? Yes, you are the one who goes and develop there. We have done rural to urban migration. I believe it's time to do urban to rural migration. That is the only way we can get the land that we are all so much eagerly saying that we all want. I see a lot of people say, we want land here, there is no way. Yes, there is land. Go ask your parents where their communal lands are, where their land is. You find out that they do have a lot of land in those communal areas, which they are not utilizing because they have now left the communal areas. That's the first group of people who want land. The next people, the people in the diaspora. Yes, I'm talking to you, the people in the diaspora. You're also looking for land. You are looking for this 10, 20, 200 or whatever 100 hectares. Trust me, you're not going to be able to get those lands. Reasons being is because the waiting list is so big. So what is the best way to do it? Partnerships. Yes, Zimbabweans are not trustworthy. Not all Zimbabweans are not trustworthy. Find the right partner. Or, if you're really saying that you want to do it, go look for a person whereby you will find I have seen a lot of farms, which are A2 farms. These are your 60 to 100 hectares or to 200 hectares farms, whereby there is absolutely nothing being grown there. They're probably growing 1 hectare of land, On that 1 hectare of land, that is all that they're doing. And they're only waiting for the rainy season. They do not have money to grow plants. They do not have money to grow anything. They do not have money to do anything on that land. All they're just being able to do is probably take care of their 6-7 cows. So what do? Go into partnerships. What is that partnership? But hey, that person is going to take. No. Make sure that you have a contract which is very much in favor of both of you. We are also greedy, because I'm saying that I am the person who's got the money. The person in the diaspora has got the money. The person here in Zimbabwe doesn't have the money. So what does that mean? It means that you are the person who can fund, but this is the person who can farm. So what are you supposed to do? Go into partnership. You farm the land. I am the one who provides the resources. But how do I provide the resources? How do I know for sure that these resources are being used? You then find your own farm manager to be the farm manager of managing that farm person who owns the farm, and you're working towards together. Make sure that things are not left hanging as in handshakes and saying that, we're just going to agree. No, you need to put it down on piece of paper, whereby at the end of the day, you're both signed, you're both agreed that if anything happens, how are you going to recoup your money back from it? How is that person going to recoup their money from it? If you that is the things that the only way you guys can survive, because you are not going to get the land that you guys are wishing for. Whereby you agree, the simple things that you're agreeing on, right? I am in the diaspora. I want a piece of land whereby I will be able to build my house. Guys, I'm going to build my house. Let's agree that in the next 10 years, we're going to farm together. Or you put it on a very long lease. Next 99 years, according to their lease agreement. On this lease of land, you're going to give me 1 hectare of land whereby I will be able to put up my structures. You have agreed on that. I am going to then agree on, we are going to be farming together, and I am going to be putting in, let's say, if I put in $10,000 worth of equipment in the event that we stop farming together, that $10,000 worth of equipment still belongs to me. It does not belong to you. If we growing maize, this is where it becomes very tricky, where I see a lot of people getting it wrong, whereby we're saying that we want to grow maize. Yes, you have the inputs, you have the money, but I have the land. So what does this mean? It means that we need to negotiate in such a way, but in good faith. If we are going to say 60%, 60%, 60%, 40%, it's a very good deal. Yes, but how do I structure this? I'm just giving you a bit of advice. How do we structure it? You have the land, I have the inputs. We will first, if I put in, let's say $100 for the farming of everything that needs to be planted on that maize field, before we even split the profits and everything, you first give me back my $10, and then if we then make $20, we will then split it to that $10, whereby I get $6, you get $4. What have you lost? You have lost nothing, because you said that you wanted to farm. You are farming. What is the profit margin that you have hit? A 60% profit margin for land that you are not going to be able to get in the next 10 to 15 years, or if not in the next lifetime. Who has won? Who has lost? That's thought process for number 2 for those in the diaspora. Now, for those back home who for sure do not have a place in the rural areas and are not able to find anywhere to farm, why don't you find people to do? One, there's backyard farming. Backyard farming, find a piece of land where you can, if you are renting, why don't you just rent? If you're staying in a place, a house which does not have a yard, why don't you go look for a stand which has got a yard? You rent that yard. You are renting for the house. You're renting the land. You can start farming. The backyard farmers are actually the ones who are actually making a lot of money. Check a few videos. out of backyard farmers in Zimbabwe. There are quite a lot out there who are doing very well by just doing backyard farming. All they're doing is, some is just growing cabbage, another person is growing kale, the other person is these a lot of opportunities which we are saying we need land for, but we actually do not need land. We do not need to purchase land. We do not need to be waiting on this waiting list forever. We can be doing it. Because I promise you, those people who are also on that waiting list, those 350,000 people, trust me, if they were given that land, half of those people do not even have enough money to do anything on that land. So again, we are giving the wrong people the land, because those people who are able to do something will not be able to do, because one, I do get the land. What then do I then do with the land? I don't have the money to grow any crops. I do not have any money to put anything on that land. I have just now got the land and I'm happy to have the land. This also does not only mean your land for growing crops. This also means that even for animal husbandry. There are people who, as I said, have got 100 hectares. There are certain areas which are just known as places just to do animal husbandry because you can't grow any crops. Why don't you go into those areas and we agree on a certain way of how we can do it? Guys, I'm going to bring in 100 cows. 100 cows, when we sell the cows, I'll probably give you 10 or 15% of the profit for the grazing of the land. At the end of the day, it's still a win-win, because we are waiting so much to wanting to have something that we say, this is ours, so badly that we forget that nothing is really ours. The land is not ours. The land is something that is there, and we are just the stewards of that land. And when you're waiting to say this is ours or this is mine, you are not going to get anywhere in this farming endeavor. So I have spoken to the people in the diaspora. Diaspora, link up with other Zimbabweans who are willing to go into partnership. Be those people who have got large acreage. Trust me, there are a lot of farmers who are looking for people to collaborate with. They have the land, they have they have you have the resources. The same way as I said on farm number 2 that I am now on, it's because I am doing a collaboration, because I don't have the water. He has the water. But when we did our agreement, I was not greedy. He was also not greedy. We came to an understanding. Yes, my vision is different from his, but there is a certain part where our visions converge and we are in agreement. And then there are certain things where our agreements, where I see that we are not agreeing, but I cannot do much because the land is not mine. But where we agreed on, we will do. And at that point in time, that means that me as a farmer, if I want more land by the river, I now need to look. And for sure, I've been looking. And this is the reason why I say that you guys as farmers who want to do farming, do not give up. Find ways of finding a way to get through to all these things, all these channels that you want to do. Find ways. Do not be intimidated. But as I said, all Zimbabweans, go back to your rural areas. You will find land. Your ancestors have left you a piece of land there. Your parents have left you a piece of land there. It is land that you are not utilizing. But if you go and you ask for them, for the papers, or you can even go and ask them that, where is my dad's or my grandmother's or whoever's land, which is in your name, you will find. Go and work that land and start from there. Go and do boreholes. Nowadays, boreholes used to be so expensive. Nowadays, they've now become dead cheap. The councils have now even made them even more cheaper because they're now drilling for people boreholes. If I'm correct, 40 meters from the council doing it for you. If I'm correct, it's about now $600. So let us not say there is no land. Land is available. Land is there for every Zimbabwean, and land Zimbabweans you do have. It's only that you guys are looking in the wrong places, and the wrong places means that you are not looking back in your villages whereby you actually do have land, and you are saying that being in a village. Trust me, It's time to come from urban to rural migration. We need to do that. That is the only way you can start farming. And if you are a person who can just be within travel distance from Harare, that is even better, because it just means that all you just need to do, Friday evening after you're finished work, you're on the bus, you're in the rural areas, you do whatever you're doing over the weekend, Sunday or even Monday morning, you're back or heading back there. Build your dream homes back in the rural areas. I hope I've said enough. I hope I've given people advice for those who want to start farming. Thank you very much for liking. Thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. And please give on comments and your suggestions. Thank you very much and have a good day.